Okay, this is a test. We're doing a test right here. I don't know if there's anybody here, anybody watching, but I'm doing something new. There's 0 viewers. 0 viewers. Okay. Let's see if the Discord actually got alerted. Beep boop up. Dee doo dee doo dee doo. Hello, is anybody here? We're doing a test of members only. I'm gonna see if I can copy the link. You saw the notification? Awesome. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm testing to see for memberships. There's a few things we're planning on doing, or I'm doing, on this live stream thing I want to talk about when we get a few more people in here. So I guess for you guys right here, what I'm really considering is what's the future of where am I going to put the stuff? Sorry, I was watching on my TV, now phone for live chat. Just happened to be looking at my subscription list. Thank you guys for joining in. So here's my question is so YouTube monetization or algorithms don't really like you doing a ton of live streaming on your channel. Because you got to think for a channel of like, say, 100,000 subscribers, it only counts as, 3,000, 5,000 viewers max. Howdy, Arctic. So you only have 3,000 or 150 concurrent viewers. That's incredibly low for a percentage of how many people would be actually, in your subscriber base. So the idea is generally most people make separate live streaming channels, which is something I might have to do. It's something I've considered, but if I do that, I don't know how frequently I'd actually end up streaming. So the question is, do I do a members only live stream? Do I do an unlisted live stream, or do I start a new channel? And I think with the members only solution, that'd be probably I could continue streaming the most as I currently do. And I think the unlisted option is also a little good, but I just don't know how I'm going to promote that link, because I don't have a Twitter. So just basically be my Discord and nothing more. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Make a new Twitter. You are chatting as a paid user, Pharaoh. So, as you can see with concurrent viewers, we're only getting like 5-6 viewers, with membership. Because membership doesn't really... There's only like 90 members. Most of the people that watch these streams aren't members. And that's kind of what I wanted to see here. So, the Discord is just memberships as well. So it's just, I don't know. Is it worthwhile, or do I just start the next channel? I considered moving it to my third channel. Gifted memberships. That's the other thing. Gifted memberships has been most people that do have memberships. It's been gifted. Those run out at the end of the month, so they don't continue being memberships. Hello. Members only live streams behind the edited news videos. Well, that's the thing, is the news videos aren't even edited from the live streams, because it actually takes a lot more time to edit the live stream than to just make a new video. Because the live streams are like 5 hours long. So it's better if I just make a new video the next day after doing the live stream. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's kind of the idea I've been having. It's just, where do I put if I'm only going to be getting 20 concurrent viewers with a members only live stream, there's no way to promote the membership unless I'm doing at the end of every video. Am I going to be like, join the Whimsu network and get access to my live streaming thingy? It's like, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. But also starting a new YouTube channel, for those who don't know, that's a big thing as well. I already have so many other projects, and it wouldn't necessarily be bringing in any money. Wouldn't be bringing in any ad revenue or anything like that for quite a while. And I'd almost be better off spending those 2 hours each night or 3 hours, whatever I was doing, just working on a Whimsu video, as opposed to doing a live stream, which is pretty much just doing a Whimsu video without doing a Whimsu video. Locking up the live stream for subscribers is a bad idea. I think it is a bad idea. It's just the alternative is, what is the alternative, you know? There's maybe 150, Arctic says there's maybe 150 concurrent viewers on normal streams. I'd be surprised if more than half were members. A new channel might struggle to bring in outside viewers. Exactly. And it brings into question, what is the point of Whimsu, you know? Like, I wanted to be a live streaming channel because I don't have a lot of time to work on Whimsu. But I can now get videos done. I've been optimizing how quickly these videos can get done at a similar level of quality of they've been before. Just using hotkeys, using a few automations, so, you know, stuff I needed to build to get the live stream going. And now it takes like 5 hours to make a Whimsu video. You know, the amount of time it takes to do a stream, I could make a video that 50,000 people are going to see, but a stream only a few hundred are going to see. So it, remind me why Knowledge Husk Persona can't do a live stream? That's just because that's like my main channel. That's like my main primary form of income. And I don't really want to mix the two if I don't have to. I'd probably get a lot more views there, but by that point, I'm almost better off making Knowledge Husk live as opposed to Whimsu live. Filthy Cubone brings that up. Yeah, if you call the new channel Knowledge Husk Live, you get more viewers and subs than Whimsu live. Which, then it's weird, why do I have an animated cat as my live streaming avatar? You know? My brother does live stream, but he live streams on Twitch, but he's kind of taken a break because when you live stream, like for people that, you know, if you're a person that makes video essays, every time somebody gets a notification on their phone that you're going, that you've uploaded, you know, they think a new video might be out, and they get angry usually if it's just a live stream that they're not all that interested in. So that's the problem, you know, is not wanting to disappoint people with that. Arctic Jack says, so why do you want to separate the streaming from Whimsu again? Does it hurt the main video's performance? That's the idea, yeah, is that it might hurt the performance. I don't really know for sure yet, because the last few videos have been underperforming, but that could be the topics, you know. It could be the fact I haven't uploaded a whole lot to the channel in the past few weeks. It's tough to say, and that's just really what I'm trying to consider more of right here is it going, you know, because looking online, people say it can hurt your channel. It can hurt your channel live streaming. What I do is when I upload a video, as soon as it's done, I unlist it. That's how I've gotten around, because before I was bleeding subscribers. The reason I haven't hit 100,000 subscribers, I gain 200 subscribers every time I make a video, but I lose like 100 subscribers every time I go live. Hello, Pharaoh. I don't think many people would care about a cat being on a Knowledge Husk stream. I agree, but it almost brings into the question of like, you know, I only have so many hours in a day, and right now, I don't have enough time to work on a lot of these projects that I want to. Like right now, I'm working on a Knowledge Husk video, and this is just the brief time in between as I'm editing audio that I can sort of discuss this thing. This week, I don't plan on live streaming too much because Starfield is out, and I've been playing a lot of Starfield. The cat's name is Whimsu, I think. I would introduce the Knowledge Husk fanbase to the Whimsu cat, but by that point, Whimsu just becomes a live streaming channel, right? And that's the thing, is should Whimsu just be a live streaming channel? Because I can only seem to get out a video once every 2 weeks as it is anyway. I can barely manage once a week uploads. Zero, I'm not a Bethesda fan. This is the first Bethesda game I like, and I'll make a video about that, I think, maybe. But I wasn't going to get Starfield, and all my friends told me, we're getting Starfield, we're all going to play it this week. And I'm like, well, I don't want to get left out. I don't want to be left behind. and then none of them play it. None of them play Starfield. Some of them can't run it on their computers. Some of them are just, not playing it, and now I'm the furthest, so I have nobody I could talk to about, which is a shame. It is incredible, absolutely incredible. I don't want to spoil anything though. It's something. On school and your streaming schedule just doesn't fit into mine. I do listen to it during the day and on my commute and such. Well, thank you. That's kind of what the goal's always been. Is it's supposed to be a stream after the fact. I don't really intend for most people to watch it live. But see, these videos are put in. I don't know if this is obvious. They are on the Whimsu main page. Whimsu Live is just the folder they're in, which I got to kind of work on that a little bit, because there's a live section on YouTube that doesn't actually contain most of my videos. But if I do memberships, if I lock these to members only for the videos, I just don't expect it to ever grow. It won't ever grow. Do you make more now since you started live streaming, or did you make more before? I technically make more because Whimsu was only making $70 a month before I started live streaming. It was basically a dead channel for the amount of time put into it. And I was just going to give up. And live streaming was just like, okay, well, the channel's dead. I don't have enough time to put into this channel, so I'm going to start live streaming. Now it's a different story, because instead of videos taking a week or two to make, they take 5 hours to make, because I don't have to animate the cat. I can do things in almost real time for the edit, and I spent a few months working on all that to get that down. I'm going to keep on live streaming no matter what, just because I like to live stream. It's just what do I do with it? Do you think it affects the algorithm? And if anybody does have a YouTube channel, do you think it's going to be that significant of a change? I do agree paywalling the streams is a bad idea. As you can see with the concurrent viewers, it's only 13. The reason I'm not doing the this particular stream is paywalled is just because I want to see, as an example, how much would it be? Gaining memberships outside of live streams is near impossible. Yeah. But we would basically just get 13 concurrent viewers. As for telling DDX, yeah, I did tell them to get a Series S, but they just got an SSD for their computer. Most of this is just about that time. It's because when I stream, it's my free time. I don't, it's not like there's a reason I don't stream in the middle of the day, and that's because I'm working in the middle of the day. This is I'm not going to stream for that long today because I am still working on the video. But when I'm done working, if I don't have any friends on Xbox or whatever, then I get on the stream. So how most streamers do it, they usually do members-only stream before or after regular streams in order to push people to buy memberships. That seems a little slimy, though, I don't know. I don't want to push too many people to get memberships, because it's like, this is only members just because I want to see what the concurrent viewers would be. Yeah, it seems the majority of live stream audience comes initially by accident, and most mistake you for Cody. I do have that issue as well. It's like how many people... I don't think most people mistake me for Cody, because I think there's a lot of kids that do, but I've had the issue since I've started YouTube, because we kind of have similar voices. Like, Cody gets the same issue where people mistake him for me. They just think we're this homogenous person, either Cody or Tyler, depending on who you ask. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the actual answer would be. I can't do live streaming in terms of like live streaming in, monetarily. If I live streamed every single day, it would probably be worthwhile. Yeah. In terms of financially, maybe, but it wouldn't be as much as just making videos. And most people aren't going to watch the live streams. Most people are going to watch the videos. So I think, that's the concern here. You're not really supposed to be here. That's the reason so many people get confused, Arctic, is because it wasn't that I really took over Knowledge Husk, that used to be Knowledge Hub, that used to be Geography Hub. It's that he just voiced them, you know, and it's like you can't really, even if you put in every single video edited and written by this person, it's not going to matter. It's whoever's voicing it is seen as the one making the video. So that's the problem, yeah. Hey, Alan. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's gonna be, but that's the other thing is, since on Knowledge Husk, there is stuff I can't talk about on, like, Knowledge Husk that I can on Whimsu. Videos like the PlayStation handheld video, that could never release on Knowledge Husk. There is no chance of that happening. Why is the thumbnail of this stream like a 240p image of the cat? Because that's the fastest one I could find. This was really just supposed to be a test to see how many concurrent viewers would a membership stream get. Push Seaburger. I actually am working on Seaburger stuff, or at least music, the next album. Kurtzagat is the one guy's voice, yeah. Seaburger main channel. I don't know. I'm not going to do the membership only thing. I consider doing an unlisted only thing, but then the only way people could join is if they're in my Discord. And the problem is if the concurrent viewers drop to such a low, like say if I was only getting 25 concurrent, that's even better. That's a real sign right there. OBS just literally quit. That's how you know things are good. It's a real testament to this whole thing, to this whole experiment. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So, like, I can look at my numbers. Memberships get pushed as game incentives, like Pokemon Challenge runs. Yeah, it's just, the memberships only make like $90 a month. The memberships were mostly a way of just testing out ways to keep the channel alive. And I'm still trying to offer benefits beyond that. Looking at my actual viewers, the views on the videos, so like the Sega League 77K is pretty good. You know, so I don't think live stream's hurting it that bad. But I don't know. Honestly, it's tough to say. It's because, like, why is Whimsu Live not getting updated properly? That's weird. $90 a month, that's a whole year rent in Ohio. Well, that's the thing, is like $90 isn't terrible a month just for memberships, you know, it's great, but obviously that's not compared, like that's not even a video, that's not, you know. Look at the mainstream content meat behind memberships is going to hurt. Well, I would never lock the main stream behind memberships. The only thing I was considering was doing a weekly stream of like the news for everybody, and then I was going to do like, if I'm just playing a game, I could just do that as a membership so it doesn't hurt. And it would because the problem I'm having with live streams right now is the first half of the live stream is news that people like, you know, and I get the most views with, where I'm going over the news, giving my opinion on the news, and it's a very traditional Whimsu video, but just longer. And then right after that point, I start just playing a game, and I don't cut the stream, you know. And the fact that I don't cut the stream means that it's losing views, and people get too intimidated later on to click on that stream. People might be willing to click on an hour-long live stream. They're not willing to click on a 5-hour live stream. Even if the first hour of that is the news, it's just too daunting. And I want to like, ideally what I would do from a financial perspective. Well, the problem with doing two streams is then people get two notifications. That's the problem. People get multiple notifications then. And it would have to be, I like the casualness of these streams, but that's where it would be a members only situation. So people aren't getting spammed with their feed. Or it could be unlisted. It could be unlisted stream, and it could just be if you're in the Discord, you get notified. Unlisted. Yeah, Arctic's got that. That's a good point. Because that could, unless you're banned. I mean, technically, Pharaoh, we thought you had an extra account. We were almost guaranteed. We were certain you had an extra account, and you were doing some secret plan to work your way back in the Discord. I thought that's what you were doing. But nonetheless, no, it's that idea of notifications matter a lot when it comes to these things. So I don't know. I guess ideally, no, it wouldn't be memberships, but the unlisted links. The only other problem with the memberships is it doesn't work for patrons. You can't gift memberships to patrons. Like, so I have a separate Patreon account. YouTube doesn't notify you half the time. If you don't mind me asking, what would you have done if Knowledge Husk did in fact stay dead when you expected to? On top of that, Whimsu didn't take off like you hoped or expected. I would be working now just on Alternate History Hub for my brother, because he has his own channel. He works on Pointless Hub. I spend a lot of time on Alternate History Hub now. And if that didn't work, I would have just focused more on music, because that's what I did before YouTube. I would just go back to music, which I still need to actually get to. I'm not done with music. That's not what I'm saying. Having some membership-only streams could push memberships, especially for the cheap price. Well, I mostly like the idea of the membership-only streams as bad as it sounds, the form of gatekeeping where you have small streams. Because, how do I put this? I can't just sit here and, I couldn't put this stream out there to everybody, because it's just me talking. There's no footage. There's no music on in the background. It's as low effort as it possibly gets. And there's some nights where I just want to play a game and I don't want to have to go through the news, So it's like the membership program works for that, but it seems a little slimy to have $1 and there's no free. And I can't even, this is what I tried before the stream. I tried listing a link. I sent a link of this stream to myself on a different YouTube account, and it wouldn't let me watch it because I'm not a member. But that just seems stupid. So it's like, I think the best alternative would be try to do everything through the Discord. Try to do it through the Discord. Try to do it would be a main stream that's an hour long, and then an unlisted stream that doesn't get sent out to any subscribers afterwards, right? No commentary live stream with Starfield you'd watch. See, that's the thing. I was tempted to yesterday because I was talking to you on the Discord. It's just, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I really do think this is something special. It's gonna be for different people. We'll have different tastes. But side note, to be honest, wasn't a fan of the big last alt his tub video. What'd you not like about it, Filthy Cubone? I made that one. So what'd you not like about it? I know it ended very early, but that's because it was originally written as a 3-hour video. And I had to cut it down a lot. That is part 1. So yeah, let me know about that, because I still have to continue the next part of that video. Just wasn't a fan of the topic. Well, it will get a little bit more interesting next time. I mean, that was one big issue I had, because like, I don't know how to market a topic about William Randolph Hearst. He becomes an incredibly interesting figure later on in life, but I couldn't animate that video in a reasonable time frame. The guy is arguably the most influential person of the 20th century. Arguably. But that doesn't become apparent until near the end of his life. And I wanted to do one video, but there's no way I could really market it. I think I have to just do 2, because I couldn't take the risk of spending I've already spent like a month or 2 months writing the video. And that was just the shortest way to do part 1. He did not cause a whole war. That's actually one of the very interesting things about Hearst. What he's most famous for is not what he actually did. Whimsu Hub. I was thinking of renaming Knowledge Husk to Whimsu Husk, so that's funny you say that. You like the military videos? See, I don't like doing... I know military videos get demonetized. I've never liked doing military videos. I don't. I could not... Frankly, if I had to make money, I might do them. But every topic's already been covered, you know. Everyone already does military videos, yeah. That's why I quit doing... Knowledge Husk in the first place, is everybody wanted military videos. I was getting demonetized, and everybody else already had, like, since you can't focus on, if you're a channel like me where it's a very broad topics, there's channels out there doing every battle of the, War of 1812. That's the entire channel. It's like, you can't really compete with that. So you're offering the most generalized version of military history if you're going to do that. But if you do non-military history, that's far less... That hasn't been done as much, But yeah, also, I think I have heard from some, that military stuff's getting demonetized again. I know that's why Cody's largely had issues with alternate history hub. Is he's done every single what if this war but not happened. So, I don't know. You like the Emu War? I like the Emu War, too. I don't know. I have to work on topics for Cody's channel. He's told me he's giving me the go-ahead where I could do alternate history videos. Not just history videos, but alternate history videos. But I don't really know what I would do, because he's done everything that I've proposed. Every time I've proposed an idea, he's like, oh yeah, I did that 2 years ago. I did that 3 years ago. So, I don't exactly know. Have I asked my brother for advice? His advice was start a new channel. But the thing is I'd have to... I already know how it's going to go if I start a new channel. If I start a new channel, it's not going to get enough views. I'm going to say it's not worth the time. I should just put more time into the Knowledge Husk, into working on alternate history hub videos. In Whimsu videos or music, and the streaming is going to just go away, What if North Carolina accidentally got nuked when they dropped those bombs? That could be fun, Arctic. I'll take a picture of that. Ugh. Take a picture of that right now. As for the what if Paraguay went berserk and won the Triple Alliance War, I don't think that's going to get a ton of views. That's one of the big things. I see a ton of suggestions for alternate history videos. This is something where it's like, if you don't get... Every video has to be a balance of, are people going to watch it? The Citizen Kane one was a risk, and it's still a risk. I have to check what the views are right now. The big risk was, were people going to be interested in it because it's not military related? And if it doesn't go up, and it's at 140K, which isn't too bad, but that's the thing is, we're done with it. Why not put everything on a schedule and do a little of it all? That's the problem. I work on these videos, so I wake up, I eat, I take a shower, I work, I eat, I take a shower, I stream, I go to bed. And that's it. When I'm in the shower, I'm working on the Discord video game. I've just ran out of time, because I've tried to cut everything down as much as possible, where it's like I could finish a Whimsu video in one day, but Whimsu can't sustain myself. So I have to work on a Knowledge Husk video, or I have to work on the Alternate History Hub video, The next video, we're gonna have a better title instead of calling it the real Citizen Kane, and that's gonna allow me to do a significantly longer video. What if a Sony handheld actually broke into the market? I don't know if that's gonna be a video that works on Cody's channel. What if World War II, but Hitler not die? So why is Whimsu not just... So why not Whimsu just be streaming only? It's because then the channel just kind of dies. Because the streams don't really grow. They don't get promoted that much. PP Mega Doo, thank you for membershiping in this membership only stream. You probably became a member because somebody gifted it, Seismic. But that's sort of the issue here. Filthy Cubone, thanks for joining the Whimsu network. I want to offer better rewards for that as well. But no, the reason I don't make this a Whimsu... Yeah, thank you, PP. I do like to talk about stuff that I can't talk about on my other channels. Like, for gaming, I did a poll. Should I do the writer strike, actor strike, should I do a video on that, or should I do a video on Starfield? 25% voted for Starfield, but that's still 25%, which isn't a lot. That's not enough to make a video about that. Because that audience, while some of them like gaming, they're not really about gaming news as much. You are a $50 Patreon member, PP, yeah. Alternate video game history. Probably wouldn't fit in with Alternate History Hub. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do it on Whimsu. You know, I couldn't do it on Alternate History Hub, but the actor strike on gaming. I'm not going to do the I'm not going to mention the gaming actor strike because that's a far more disturbing, unpleasant ending, I think, for those actors than the film actors get. The Starfield video could do well in the algorithm, but it divides the audience as well. And also my takes. I did a Cyberpunk video. It does not end well for me when I do these kind of videos. You're gonna piss a lot of people off no matter what you say. What's the future for gaming? You pay $40 for space horse armor. That's my future. Pissing people off causes comments, which is good for engagement. It kind of does, but you can also piss people off and they don't come back. You know, if you piss people off enough, they just kind of get pissed off. And, it works if you're like a quartering or if you're like a drama channel. If you're sort of like built upon rage baiting as well. Doing drama, rage baiting, engagement really can help. If you're somebody like me, engagement just kind of causes you very short-term gains. Oh, that's the other thing, Arctic. I can't even talk about AI anymore in videos. AI will drop your RPM, your rate per minute, how much you get paid basically per 1,000 views. Rate per mile, I'm sorry. It drops how much you get paid in half just by using AI in the title. I don't know why it does that. Start a podcast. I would if I had time. If I had a co-host. I've always wanted to get one of my friends like to like do a podcast with me, but they've never really shown interest as much in merch. It's tough because it's like, that's the thing, is like, put it this way, 5 hours to finish a Whimsu video is that changes a lot. It means tomorrow, if I wanted to, I could wake up, start working on a Whimsu video. It could be out before 4 or 5 o'clock, you know. So a rage baiter wanted to partner with me one time, but he was so gratuitous with the way he baited people. Yeah, that's the other issue. Rage baiting is, I kind of tried it with my last video with the will AI replace Hollywood actors or writers, but that did not work out as I expected. Whimsu problem is that without working he couldn't survive, but work takes up most of my time. I mean, I enjoy working. It's just, it's the allocation of time. It's, you know, I don't have to work this much. I could, if I wanted to, I could simplify the process and I could just work on Knowledge Husk. And I could make a living more if I just worked on one channel. But I like the idea of having multiple channels where I can cover multiple things. So really, these streams is a hobby and outlet for your opinions. That's enough, is it? We like your opinions. People make a living off of just that. Yeah, the streams aren't really about money that much. It's actually, a lot of it is the fact that I just do it for fun, you know, because there's no other way to cover that news. I don't have, I can't make a video on every topic, and I just don't want it to come to the detriment of my channel. That's the problem. It's not about the streams aren't making enough money. That's not the issue. It's just, what's the last legit company I worked for? I've only worked a few jobs in my life. I was a painter at a steel mill, and I worked at a Marco's Pizzeria. That was like 10 years ago, when I was a young lad. But yeah, this is the streams are just about fun. It's just fun can't come at the detriment of your channel, and that's the problem. That's why the unlisted idea, I think, is what's probably going to happen. I will do a real stream that's just the news. It'll be an hour long. I'll be like, okay, guys, I'll be back in like 20 minutes or whatever. I'll come back with an unlisted stream. People in the Discord can join. People in the community tab can join, you know. But I don't even know if I'll use the community tab. I know people that doing legit office and contract work on the side of YouTube. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, I kind of had to take a chance like 8 years ago. It was like, because I was in college at the same time. I was doing college, I was doing my Marco's work, and I was doing YouTube. And I was just like, I'm going to take a chance on just YouTube. People do check notifications more on YouTube than Discord, but I don't want to, like, unless live streaming is an essential core part of this channel, and videos take a backseat. Because, again, it's like, we can check the numbers. My cat's looking at me. Checking my numbers, going to Whimsu on the YouTube. So my last live stream has gotten boop beep bop boop. I actually can't even find it. That's not good. 2.6 thousand views. That's what the last stream did. For a 10,000 subscriber channel, that is really bad. You know. Membership hike to $1.99 would be free money. Yeah, it'd only be an extra 99 cents though for I only have 100 members. The membership program mostly was created it was to create the Discord, which you guys are mostly already in, you know. There can be breaking news if something big happened. I mean, look, the membership, if I offered more compelling content for the membership, I'd increase the price, but I don't think it's quite there yet. Like, I'm not really offering all that much for the membership yet. I just haven't had the time, because I was supposed to do like more. I've only done like one Q&A. You know, you'd want more than one stream a week. The original goal was to stream every other day or every day, but I started to notice that just wasn't fitting with my schedule for work. for the videos, because my one rule is I never let the stream get in the way of videos. Right now it actually is. I should be working on my video, but this is a special occasion. One stream a week would keep people in without feeling drained. It would, but that's probably what it would be is the one stream on a Friday. Because the way the news works in gaming is you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, all the news is pretty much already out there, because that's when the stock market closes. So what I do is I compile the news throughout the week, and then on Friday at 5 p.m. or whatever, I could do a stream. That could work. And then it could be any other day that, like, say I just want to stream, you know, it usually would be ideally around this time, or maybe 30 minutes from now, instead of doing this midnight to 2 o'clock stuff. Because, you know, you burn out fast after everyday streaming. I'm sure I would after a month or two, but it's like Xbox Live, you know. For me, it's just kind of what I would be doing. I mostly do it for fun, where it's like I could either play video games and talk to nobody if my friends aren't on Xbox, or I could just go on the stream. Life is Roblox. It's a good point. A good PC is 2K, right? Depends. But yes. But yes. Probably. It really does depend, but yes. It's $1 raise in price. Don't think you'd have to go too insane and add too much more to the current perks. Yeah, it's just I need to get the stuff out there first. The idea was scale. So it was $1 for the membership, and I offer just such a abundance of content. But it's like I can't get the abundance of content out there. Is getting a Series X worth it then? Yeah. If you don't have a PC, I would not. I want to do the PC console video one of these days. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it, but I think it's important. You don't sub if it were another $1? I mean, yeah, because it's $2 a month. Like, it starts to add up. Here's the thing, that's $24 a year. $12 a year for this is I don't really need a it just doesn't make sense to charge $2 for me personally. Maybe switch up the Patreon membership perks because I don't need or much use for an anime wallpaper, but a Whimsu branded stapler would be nice. Sunglasses. That's the other thing about the Whimsu membership perks for Patreon. So I've had a Patreon for years. The animated wallpapers, I've tried to phase those out because of how much time they take. They usually take 2 weeks of full day work on these wallpapers that people may or may not see. And it doesn't really make a ton of sense. Have I tried to talk to anyone to get some coaching on this stuff? No, that's the problem, is I would be the one to talk to, because I've done YouTube for so long. I've been doing this for so long. It's more of this is the fun channel. This is the side channel of the side channel, which is a shame, but that's how it works. You don't need 4K, just 1440p games that run at 60 FPS or higher. Depends what games. You want to play Starfield? I play Starfield with a 720p right now, internal resolution. I have a 3080. Did Cubo never get his wallpaper? I'm still working on it. It's like half done. That's the problem. They take so much time. Because the only time I have to work on them, it'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm sitting in bed. I'll be like, it's time to work on the wallpaper. You know? Your PP name and legal name at the end credits. I mean, that's the thing, is I want more benefits. But the problem is, here's the other problem. The more you add in terms of like membership and Patreon perks, it removes options. It's really not creating more content. It's not fueling more content. People can say it does, but it's iffy. It's iffy because it's like I could just make. Say I say, here's an exclusive video for patrons, for members. That could have just been a real video. And if it couldn't have been a real video, then it's so niche, it probably isn't up to par with a normal video. You know? So, Patreon perks have been hard, because I can't offer merchandise, because I'm not big enough to get anyone contacting me for merchandise. Take a night stroll to think about this. I don't really know if there's anything to think about. I mean, there's probably would be one big stream a week and then unlisted streams. Combining Patreon and membership would be a goof idea or a good idea. Maybe put the Patreon benefits you can't do on YouTube, put it on the website. That's what the Whimsu network is. It's all tied on they're all connected already. The idea was turning the Patreon, I wanted to turn it into a $1 a month program, but people don't check the Patreon enough to see that update that it was supposed to turn to a $1 a month program. You know, so that's the other problem. The Discord is by far the best way to get the information because people are usually active there. The The Patreon is really slow because not many people have the Patreon app. Usually it's a web browser feature. So, I don't know. I am thinking doing that weekly stream could work though, because it would be once a week. I could also cut those streams together. That's something I consider doing, is cutting the streams together, but the problem is the way I talk in the streams doesn't accommodate itself very well for a YouTube video. Patreon, the thing is, membership is basically the same thing as Patreon at this point. Oh, PP, it's fine. It's fine. Well, the thing is like, this is the second channel, and that's always the problem. This channel primarily existed as a backup in case my other channel failed, and then it didn't fail. And now I have a special niche channel I can talk about things on, but thank you, Archie. Blumpo was the big idea. Blumpo's the one that'll take off. I think this will work. I'm not saying I'm just doing one stream a week. I still want to continue my stream schedule. It's just the unlisted stream might have to be the way, because otherwise it spams people. It spams people's notification feeds, and I lose subscribers so frequently because people subscribe and then they get those notifications, instantly of Whimsu's gone live, and they get that every single day. And like, say if my stream died right now, I lost like 500 subscribers, I think. something absurd, because I had a stream die 3 times in like one day, and I had to restart the stream, and it spammed so much for people's sub feeds that everyone, I had a pretty good chunk of people. One out of every 200 people can just turn off the bell, but that's the problem. Is it's YouTube, and even though people can, it doesn't work that way. People don't. The Blumpo cult idea. You got another single Whimsu has gone live notifications. Yeah, the 100K thing is it's just been so slow. It's like, I'm not too bothered about not hitting 100K yet. I'm just more trying to figure out what happens once I hit that. People are too stupid to press the bell if they want notifications, or to turn it off if they don't. But that's the problem, is when you're dealing with 100, 200,000 people, you can't lose. You can't really risk losing all those people for any reason, If something becomes detrimental, if the streams become detrimental, you can't continue doing them. That's why I quit doing, there's certain videos I just don't do anymore, because they are detrimental to the channel. It's why I don't review video games. It's why I don't even really do, if you notice, I don't do positive videos on Whimsu, I don't do positive, I can't do positive titles on Whimsu or Knowledge Husk, because they won't get views. Like, you can only do certain topics. It's, there's a lot of rules. Sega, yeah. Am I gonna make a Whimsu live channel? I don't know, because then I'm running out of, I don't know if I have time. I just don't know if I have time then. Because I'd have to build it up. You have to get a certain number of subscribers to be able to monetize. And the question is, would I even care, or would I just put that time into making actual Whimsu videos? And if I made Whimsu live, why would I make, would I make Whimsu live, or would I make basically Knowledge Husk live? The console variety videos on Whimsu channel are classics. Yeah, I wish I could do more of those, but that's the other issue of time. It's a Sega Saturn moment. There's so many video topics I want to do, that, like, E3 1996, the last E3 video came out 4 months ago. The problem is, I know if I do E3 1996, I'm only going to get 80K views. that's probably going to generate $200, $300. If it takes 3 weeks to make, it's not worth it. That's $100 a week. That's like 400 hours or whatever. E3 1996 was crazy. I don't know. I don't know what the future of... I still have to figure out the future of Whimsu, let alone future of Whimsu live streaming. So it's been 9 days since the last upload, and even then... YouTube Shorts, I tried that for a little bit. The problem is, even if you got like... So if you got 10,000 views on a YouTube Short, that's like... it's like 10 cents. 80 cents maybe. And that's not great. If you're spending an hour, you're going to spend at least an hour, maybe 2 hours working on it. Get a co-host. Nah, it wouldn't help. It's just dividing the attention, between all these channels. Oh, I'm getting a call. You got 30 cents for a 3K viewed short? Oh, that's good. I don't know, guys. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do the... Let me see. Publicity. It doesn't get enough. It doesn't get enough publicity. Because, when we're talking about time, it just doesn't really work that way. The problem is I don't have any friends that have the spare time to do it. I'll take the call after this. 10 cents per 1K views. It's just not great. It's not ideal. I would say, just make some. Well, yeah, that's the thing is it's mostly just having three channels, trying to balance all those channels as one person just becomes more difficult, because whereas before, let's say 2-3 years ago, I could spend a month working on a Knowledge Husk video if I wanted to, or 2 weeks working on a Knowledge Husk video. Now I have maybe 6 days, Outsource friends to company in India. When's the next sleepover? Who knows? Shorts are rough, yeah. Shorts are just too rough. Wimmy is the co-host. I don't think Libby's working right now, though. We had a co-host with Zero briefly for one episode. He was Wimmy. We had him there. I was thinking of doing this thing where I'd switch out people in the Discord every single day. Every day somebody in the Discord could be Wimmy or something, but I realized there was a lot of problems that could arise from that. Spent 25 hours and $400 on a video and only got 1,000 views. Yeah, that's rough. That's what it usually ends up being, is it's rough. But that's why you kind of have to balance. You have to start to balance what is a good decision of, what's a good use of time, what's a bad use of time. And I've started to notice my worst use of time is spending weeks on Whimsu videos, which always is a shame because people suggest so many great topics, and it's they'll suggest a topic, but I can't finish that topic because it's going to take maybe a week to research. It's going to take 3-4 days to edit. Only a few hundred views per daily game video. I mean, that's the thing, yeah. It's when you start doing the math of hours to work, that's when it gets rough. Is hours to work, co-host for free. I don't really need a co-host. That's the thing. I don't think, like, I could do a podcast, but that would just, that'd be one more thing. I think what I really need is, like, it just sucks that, it's already been 9 days since. Yeah, I can't do a podcast. That'd just be one more thing. I always see there's like tons of channels that they can seem to balance a bunch of different things. I think the problem is, like, since I don't have an editor, and if I did get an editor, it would change the videos. Yeah, I don't really know if I need another podcast. I don't think I could have another editor because I'd have to teach them a lot of things. I'd have to teach, because the problem with getting an editor, at least from what I've heard, is so you can hire an editor, but most editors have very limited experience with, like, animation, or very limited experience with certain aspects of, like, Final Cut Pro, or stuff that they would need to know. And so you end up doing more work trying to fix their stuff. Open a Blumpo theme park, that could work. Would I financially be able to have one? Not for Whimsu, no. No, it wouldn't make enough money on Whimsu to ever get an editor. I could probably do it for maybe Knowledge Husk, but that also kind of defeats a lot of the purpose of the videos if I'm not editing it. At least that was my intention. Or my get people to edit for exposure. Well, that's the other problem, is, like, even if somebody could edit for free, I'd have to still go over and re-look over their work, and it probably would be enough time, especially depending on how they edit, that it might end up taking me just as much time either way. I could post more pictures of my cat. Yeah, the problem with not having the right editor, it's like you can't teach somebody, here's the timing, the exact timing of my videos, here's the exact kind of material I'm going to put in to a video. And it's why, like, for Alternate History Hub, if I do an Alternate History Hub video, I'm not editing Cody's video. I'm writing a video, then he voices it, then I edit it. So there, I already have the idea in mind. That's part of the problem. But that's the other thing, is with Alternate History Hub, it starts that takes up more time. That takes up at least, that could take months to research videos, and that takes still a good amount of time to edit. And then Knowledge Husk takes long, and then good old Whimsu takes the shortest. The dream would be to just make a Whimsu video every single day, I guess. But then I kind of run out of topics. Arctic, I did see your cat in a ball. I like your cat in a ball in your latest video. Spraying myself too thin? Yes, that's the problem. But that's the thing, is if I started cutting out, so say the first thing I would drop, the least profitable thing that I spend the most amount of time on, is probably Whimsu. This right here, this streaming thing. This thing in the Discord are the two that is the most amount. Blumpo as well. Blumpo, the Discord, and streaming, I spend the most amount of time for getting the least amount of money. Streaming can make the donations help so much for streaming, but there's only so much that can do, There's only so much, unless I'm going to, like, stop making videos, which just isn't worth it if not that many people are watching it. Thank you so much for the $2, Pharaoh. Thank you. Woo, yeah. Woo. Whimsu. Thank you. Blumpo seems like a pointless time sink. The idea was that eventually it would be more. It was going to be, there'd be a way to monetize it. But that was through the membership program. It was also the idea of keeping people around the Discord, but the only way it would work is if other people were doing the work for me, you know. And that seems a little bit much, because then what's the point? It's basically a free application that people are doing real work for and nobody's getting paid. Pay to win Blumpo. Yeah, that's the alternative, is make Blumpo literally just pay to win, which is the harshest thing. Understand not wanting to take on risk random subscriber, paid member, be a co-host. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you have the streams to connect with the audience, why have Discord? Because the Discord allows me to update people on all projects. If I post on Alternate History Hub, I can let people talk there. If I want to talk about topics to just a wider range of people, I can do that on the Discord. The Discord isn't too much of a time sink. It doesn't have to be. And even Blumpo doesn't have to be a time sink. It just depends on the scale and how much people do. The problem, I think, is also... So, like, I want to ask you guys this. Is like, so if I wanted to, I could make a video if I didn't edit as much as I edit. Editing takes up probably 90% of the video. So if I didn't edit to the same degree that I edit my current videos, I could make 2 to 3 times more videos. Is that worth it, or is that just not worthwhile? Why not YouTube community posts? Because people get pissed off if you do that. People get pissed off if you post into YouTube community posts, and most of the time you'll get some smart ass saying, I'm not even subscribed to this channel, why am I seeing this post? You know, I kind of like to limit the number of people I see who see those posts. Yeah, people get pissed off on YouTube for literally, you know, I get screamed at every single day for every single thing. There's a lot of balancing acts on that. $10 a month Blumpo subscription. You get 15,000 Blump coins. Can I scream at you, Pharaoh? The big problem is flooding the recommendation feed. Surprisingly, never had the who even is this guy comment. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, I had a time where I had to explain to people. So I would post, I remember this one day, I was like, okay, I'm going to continue, you know, people asked in mass, are you done making videos? I put a post saying, I'm not done making videos, but I don't have the time to make as many videos. And then I got tons of comments of people saying, you're done making videos? And I had to make another post saying, no, I'm not done making videos. I'm just doing both. And then I get people complaining that I had to clarify it, you know? Highly edited videos are always better, but that's the thing, is at some point, I always talk about this balance of quality versus quantity, but at some point the quantity hits 0. And I'm very close to that. I'm very close to just Whimsu has to take the hit. 0 edited videos. How much of a quality drop-off would the less edited video be? It would be... I mean, you guys have probably seen on Whimsu, this is 5 hours. The 5-hour edit, the last video. And I think that turned out really well. That turned out really well, but the problem is I can't do that shit on Knowledge Husk. On Knowledge Husk, I have to put in the real time for the edits, you know. I have to put in... DDX 2021, that's the problem. You can't get an editor to do a lot of the stuff I do, because like, so my brother looks a little bit into he looks into editing. For somebody to like edit a Knowledge Husk video, it would be like $10,000 they'd pay the editor. Like, it'd be such these obscene prices to edit these videos. To edit the last Alternate History Hub, that'd be at least $10,000-$15,000. You can't pay that money. You know. Why? Because of the time. Because when you hire an editor, they make their own hours. I can finish something in 100 hours. Somebody could claim it takes them 500 hours. You know. And they can set their own prices, and they're not going to do as good of a job if they don't know exactly what I want. So that's the pricing of how much this stuff gets. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with editors, and most of them just, I hate to say it, most editors aren't that great, because they're not going to be. Most of them are used to dealing with live video, and it's like, we're not dealing with live video. We're dealing with like 30 different layers, and you can't tell them, how are people spending more than 5 hours editing? That's the thing, Arctic. One of my videos takes 100 hours to edit most of the time, like on Alternate History Hub, because I have, on the timeline alone, it's like a dozen layers. You know, it's like, even right now, what you're seeing here was the combination of like so many hours and layers. I can't state enough how much an editor's personality influences the product. Yeah, that's the problem, is like, you know, and my computer is basically breaking right now with some of the shit I've been trying to do, but I'm using Compound Clips, trying to get it running worth the money. It's more of, I don't have a boss, so that makes it worth the money. Right? Cut out Blumpo for now, and then if things aren't working out, cut out Whimsu. I think for I never have to cut out the live stream, because again, the live stream is zero time. Zero time out of my work day, except for today's the singular exception. And Whimsu still could make a lot of money. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's fun while it's lasted. I don't know if Blumpo's dying, because I can still, the problem with Blumpo is I need somebody to manage it, and I can't. It's really, I have to put in a lot of time into so like PP, for example, every time you ask for a loan, I have to do a give coin, remove coin, you know, transaction, but sometimes I have to switch between different browsers to do that. I have to check somebody's coins on Safari as a browser on a different Discord account, and then go into Chrome on a different Discord account and log in, and then, you know, it gets really weird. I don't want to scrap Blumpo though, because I've put in a good amount of time into Blumpo. I need to figure out a way to get that working without me having to spend all my time doing it. I think what could work would be, okay, so I don't, if you guys are a part of Blumpo, I tried replacing the Wimbuck once with an actual currency called the cat coin, and users would have to do the work themselves, but the problem is nobody's going to want to do all those commands themselves. On phone, it's really hard. It's really hard to do, like, trade this, and then you have to double check the transaction, you know, shit like that. I know the new bot, Wimbot V2, can technically connect to Roblox, but I don't know how many people are going to get playing Roblox. No, PP, I think it can still continue. It's just, it's not going to lose, we're not going to lose subs over Blumpo. It's just, I need to find a way that it's sustainable, that I don't have to do everything. You know, I have bots, but fucking Wimbot and Wimmy are useless. They're so useless. Seek out sponsors for Knowledge Husk. I only take a few sponsors. It's not about money, guys. This is not about money. This is about time. I need money eventually to buy a house and for other personal things, to get a house and get in a fiscal position. But if I wanted to, I could just go start spamming. I could start spamming out Knowledge Husk videos every single week of, you know, why Elon Musk is the devil, if I just want to make as much money as quickly as possible. It's not about that. It's about a balance between time and fun, and what makes sense and what doesn't. You know, one of the, as people have already pointed out, it's so weird that most of my gaming videos, a lot of them have been on Knowledge Husk, and it's something that, like, I checked my recent subscribers on Knowledge Husk, and my most recent big subscriber was Rerez. I'm like, well, there's a big gaming channel that's subscribed to me on my non-gaming channel. So what is my gaming channel? Wimbot was pretty racist last night. I really got to figure out what's going on with Wimbot. Yeah. I don't really know how that was. The ideal lifestyle is passive income. Passive income would be great. The problem is, so there's this thing in YouTube, long-term and short-term videos. So the videos I make on Whimsu are short-term, which means, so like say my last video of the PlayStation handheld looks awful. That's a video that people will watch for about a week. And after that week, it's old news. They're never going to click on that again. But I try to make on other channels, long-term videos, and that doesn't always work out, but those are videos that can grow over the course of a few months or a few years. Introduce Knowledge Hub subscribers to Whimsu as your main gaming platform. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I could just say, here's my gaming channel, but I don't make enough gaming videos. Like, I still am unsure. I'm still kind of unsure about what Whimsu is supposed to be. Because, like, put it this way, I don't want to throw shade at any YouTubers, but there's a reason why when people say other gaming news channels are so clickbaity, there's a reason why they are. Let's take Young Yeah, who is probably the best out there, you know, in terms of, but people have complaints of Young Yeah, which is he goes on for way too long in his videos, and it's because his RPM is probably really low, and he doesn't have time to write scripts, doesn't have time to edit videos, and has to cover every single topic, whether he's interested in it or not. You know, there's no way that he is still amazed that AAA publishers are doing all these terrible things, you know, because I'm not amazed. Nobody's amazed after being in this industry for long enough that you're still amazed at the greed of these corporations, which are driven by growth of, you know, it's not about morality. They could not care less. They have a fiduciary responsibility to their investors. They know that. So what you're doing is monetizing people's anger towards the publishers. And I don't know if I really want to do that, you know? I don't know if I really want to do that. And he's not even a drama channel. He's a gaming news channel. It's all the gaming news has to work like that. Because if you don't do that, you don't get views. Because people don't care because you're not causing drama. If I make a video, and I did make a video called Halo Isn't Dying. Nobody watched it. You might have to sell out a bit. That's the problem. I don't know if I want to sell out. I don't know. Because if I sell out, there's... The other thing is, like, so if I had to sell out, it's not as fun for me either, you know? If I had to make a video on Whimsu about the new EA FIFA game is garbage, it's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care about the new EA FIFA game. Of course it's garbage, you know? EA FC Sports. Well, the thing is, I don't really want to be a YouTuber, Pink Pony. It's more about being able to do art in a monetizable format that I can continue sustainably living my life. But it turns out there's this flaw with game journalism, with gaming news, that you have to, if you don't sell out, you're not going to make it anywhere. And if you do sell out, it's not fun anymore. Yeah, I like Young, yeah. Go full grifter mode. Could do that. I could do that. Anger, yeah, I really don't love the negativity that drives the YouTube platform. It's something that bothers me so much. Are you leaving, Pharaoh? Bye-bye, Pharaoh. Young started voice acting because he's getting sick of his YouTube channel. Well, yeah, you would be over time, because it's like, how can you still be interested in covering these stories year in and year out? He can't be interested in every single one of these video game franchises. Nobody is. He probably doesn't care that the new Overwatch update is bad, and getting destroyed. But it's his job. That's the job of any news agency, and I don't do news. If I go full grifter, you'd unsubscribe from both my channels. I could, I don't know. But you got to think, a lot of people would subscribe. Hey y'all, you boneheads. It's me, Whimsu. Brie Larson. I think I gained 1 concurrent viewer just by saying that. Yeah, grifter channels it's this idea on YouTube. You can rage bait, basically. So you go on Twitter, you look up news articles, and you basically find people on Twitter that say crazy things, and then you just generalize the entire alternative side as that. And you can do that for the far left, the far right, whatever you want to do. You just pick a side and get money from that and just keep regurgitating to them exactly what they want to hear. It's something, if I didn't have any more morals whatsoever, that would be the ideal way to make money. Strike a medium between selling out and continuously covering the content you're actually interested in. Well, the problem is if I'm not interested in it, I'm just I hate to use the word regurgitating, but that's what it is. It's regurgitating the press releases, what IGN's already said, what Game Informer's already said. To be fair, like the PlayStation Q, I wasn't all that interested in. It was just funny to me. Well, the quartering is a very different thing. You never sensed any anger in my videos. It's not anger. It's just negativity. It's negativity towards, well, that's the thing, Archie, is what is selling out? What is selling out? That's one of the big questions. Is creating content that is more likely to get viewed and enjoyed selling out because you're trying to appeal to a broader demographic? Or is that, it's one of those interesting questions. Constant negativity and reactionary, I consider that. What is wrong with making fat stacks? Well, it's because I don't do this just to make fat stacks. I do need to make money eventually. I don't get paid insurance. I don't get benefits. I don't get retirement, but established titles, exactly. But no, it's your subscribers are interested in hearing you summarize and opinionate news they may already know about because they like your perspective. Thank you, that helps. I mean, that's the thing. I wish I could edit faster, and I think I'm there. I'm very close. I just need to get the other 2 channels there. I need to get the other 2 channels there. I need to get Knowledge Husk, where I can edit those videos in 2 to 3 days and keep the quality up, because that's the other thing, is keep the quality up and not go to, because if you lose that quality, it's not the same video anymore. Don't edit for Whimsu. I think the last video for Whimsu, the last video I just did, is probably the basis. The fact that video got done in 5 hours is... when I say done in 5 hours, I mean I started it... I started the video and 5 hours later it was done. Thank you, Faust. It's because I stopped making fun of Bobby over at Activision. That is the one other thing I don't want to fall into. I don't want to fall into a trap of... So on Knowledge Husk, I've noticed I will get way more views and people will love my video if I just say big company bad. Big company bad, greed bad. But it's such a, that's so easy. That's such an easy take, and it's like I don't want to fall into that either. Thank you, Peepee. Thank you for that. I know you're here for the Blumpo. Down with Blumpo. Waluigi bad. And it's, to be fair, it's an easy target. It's a very easy target to say big corporation bad, because in 99.999% of the cases, they're going to be bad. They're going to be bad. But if you just make that content, why not try to provide the nuance? That's what I'm going to try to do with this writer's strike, is there is a reason these writers aren't getting paid residuals. It's not the writer's fault. It is the CEO's fault. But it's so dark of what happens if the writers actually win the strike. And I'm so excited to talk about that. I could spoil it. I can spoil it. There's only 17 people here. So here's what happens with the writer's strike. What's going to happen is if the writers want to get paid residuals for streaming, and the actors want to get paid residuals for streaming. So every time, an episode is streamed of a show, they would get paid a little bit of money, the way it used to be. What would happen if they actually get those residuals is that Disney would have to reveal the real numbers of how many people are watching their shows, and it's probably not a lot. And if that happens, it's just like the bubble that is Hollywood could burst, because it would show that there's no real growth to the subscription platform model, that Hollywood has been losing so much money and kind of arguably lying for a long, long time. Rants get more views. To get initial views, it can be effective. I think sharing your thoughts in your own way is the most important and effective aspect of your channel. That is my one rule. I would never lie, because it just seems... I think in YouTube, the most cliche thing I can say, but it's like, there's a lot of aspects of the YouTube platform that bother me, and I like to try to not fall into those rules or those faults, but I see why it happens. Like clickbait, good titles. I call a video something like The Real Citizen Kane. I know that's not going to get a lot of views, I know that that's not going to end very well, but what else do you call it? The most interesting man who ever lived, More, you won 190 million playing Blumpo? Nobody's watching Miss Marvel, exactly, yeah. Blumpo is on Discord. Blumpo's on the Discord, but honestly, it's so complicated. Blumpo's not even really a video game. It's like a disturbing MMO. I don't even know exactly what it is. I don't know what it is anymore. It's how would I describe it? The idea was, so I guess might as well explain the grand plan for Blumpo. Now that might not happen. The idea was we have this economy in this game. When people do fake work in the game, such as posting a news article into the Discord, they receive Wimbucks, and with these Wimbucks, they can buy items, they can trade with other users, they can take out loans, they can gamble it away. But a lot of it is about doing genuinely productive work to create an alternative social media site. Basically, try to replace the need to go on Twitter or IGN or anything like that, and just use Discord as the singular platform. That's really the real end goal there, because I deleted my Twitter. I don't like Twitter, and I wanted to just replace it with Discord. And it's almost like a metaverse that has no potential for profit, and the work is real. It's just done with spreadsheets. Yeah, X, I'm sorry. I deleted my X account. Blumpo, it was the testing ground for the social media platform, yeah, which was never going to grow that big. It was never supposed to grow. It's just like a homepage for me. A normal metaverse, in a way, yeah, like I had users who were talking about creating their own websites. That's what we have land in it. And the land would be, if you have a domain or you have a Halo Forge map or a Fortnite custom map, you can just be like, okay, it's on C3B3 or whatever on this plot of land. That was kind of the idea. Yeah, a metaverse that doesn't make money, so just a metaverse, yeah. That was it. No plan to make money. It really is just this is the only way something like that idea could ever work out, but it requires users to have so much faith in this platform for that to actually work. The users themselves would have to be willing to be in charge of these, of the land, of paying rent, of paying taxes to other users, and all this other stuff. Who pays for the servers? Discord. Discord pays for the servers. It's all done through Google Sheets and spreadsheets and shit. It's all done through just data. And there's no real code for the most part, which was the other differentiating factor between it and any actual, like, metaverse. Yes, I Whimsu Blumpo was in the one in charge, and it raises its own questions. But I don't know. Let's recap what we figured out here today. Every Friday, my goal will be at 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, to do a live stream covering the news of the week. And if I have a chance, I want to be able to edit these into a video. Maybe there'll be a membership-only video. I don't know. Because usually my live streams aren't that coherent, you know. I think there's a lot easier way to do that. I still want to do a video a week if I have a choice or a chance. And the live streams help me bounce ideas off of other people. It helps a lot for that. Throughout the week, I would like to do every other day, ideally, stream. Ideally every day. But turns out I do have to talk to friends and other people. And otherwise I just, stream all day. So I think that could work. Those would be unlisted videos, by the way. So those would be for Discord members. The Discord is right now not limited to just YouTube members. I want to make that clear. It's been opened up. Moderation is not as strong as it was, but it's still pretty strong. That will be opening up to everybody here pretty soon. I haven't just gone into Whimsu's community tab and dropped the Discord link and left it there. Because I still want to figure out all the kinks, all the issues, and get Blumpo working. Because I can't give it up just yet. Don't worry, Whimsu, I won't tell them that you also go to therapy as well. I go to therapy and I tell them about Blumpo. That's what I do. I sit in that couch. Fraser Crane's there. Tell me about Blumpo, Tyler. I don't know. Fridays would work, though. Fridays would be a good chance. And then, because I want to have a consistent schedule, I think that's something that I've messed up where other channels have. Right now, when I stream, it is when I feel like it, It's like, if I'll decide 5 minutes, okay. I'm so sorry. You can't see this. I've been watching my kitty cat for the last few minutes. She was looking at a 24-pack of Diet Pepsi, just a box we leave on the ground. She jumped in head first, just plopped on the ground, and then just everything started rolling over, and the cat starts rolling over, and the box starts rolling over. It's adorable. I love my kitty cat. Isn't streaming at 5 p.m. a little early for people who are still working in later time zones? It is, that's the thing is like, I guess everybody's working. Everybody's working at 5 p.m. Later time zones, let's say America, the United States of America, because that's what I'd have to account for, sadly. I don't have a lot of viewers outside of America. But it would be Friday night, let's say 8 or 9 o'clock. Does Pharaoh have an alt on Discord? I think he does. I think Pharaoh has an alt. But it would be 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time that could work. Because that's night. 5 is really early. 5's like the sun's still up. That's not really streaming time. I'm still working on videos usually. So 5 probably wouldn't work. I think 8 or 9. That would probably be better. Devious Whimsu. I'm waiting for Makeshift to contact me so I can make a plush of my cat. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm surprised we got as many concurrent viewers as we did for a members-only stream, but this should show you why a members-only stream would not probably work. Unlisted would be better. What I do have is a general time frame set at the start of the day, and then I choose a starting time based on the random things I don't expect then stream. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I just wait. Like usually the way it goes is I eat, I work on my video, eat, take a shower, and then at the last minute I wait and see if my friends contact me on Discord and say, "Do you want to play a game?" And if they don't say that, then I stream. Participants went down. No, honestly, they went up considering this is a members only stream. Have I ever seen One Piece? Are we talking about, we're not talking about the new Netflix show, right? We're talking about the original, the anime, the original. Yes, I've seen about 200 episodes, which is not that much. In One Piece standards. I need to continue it. What if you stream playing games with friends? I would. I just don't know if I trust my friends. I don't know if I trust my friends, because they might say weird things. You know? Not like horribly racist, offensive things, but, you know. I don't know. I don't know if I trust them. I trust some of them. Not all of them. Like Pharaoh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is it's like, it's kind of hard to be like, you know, also some people get nervous. Some people get nervous talking on stream, and I think that's another issue. Because it changes. Some people change when they go on stream. They're not themselves. They have like this, they put on like a little a persona, and that's a little uncomfortable for me then, because it makes me feel like they're like trying to entertain, and I don't know, it's not the same as just actually playing Xbox. And that's kind of weird. The anime, yeah, I've watched 200 episodes of One Piece. I need to continue it. I try to get my brother into it. He likes the manga more. Xbox. It's not real. I just call it Xbox because it's kind of like the genericized how old people in the 80s would say, "Oh, they're playing the Nintendo." Like, I don't actually play the Xbox. I'm playing on Discord. I get on Discord and I talk to my friends. I'm on my PC, and that's what it is. I don't actually play the Xbox that much anymore in a very long time, except for Diablo 4. Because I didn't want to buy them Battle.net. Isn't that right, little kitty cat? Man, I wish I could show you this cat. Man, if you could see this cat. I don't think Xbox is trash. I think the ads are trash. I think the fact... Let's talk about Starfield for a second. Let's talk about Starfield for 1 second. So, in terms of performance, I'm playing the game at 720p internal resolution. And I get a smooth 120 FPS. And I'm playing with mouse and keyboard, and the gameplay, the gunplay is so smooth. It feels so good. And I almost can't tell my friends about it because they're playing on controller on Xbox. And that's 30 FPS. And it's like, yes, I know it's 4K on Xbox and I'm playing at 720p, but like, that for me is, that's... Take out the camcorder. I tried the camcorder, I don't have my camcorder set up. Kitty. Oh, she's so cute. Oh. Stanfield in space. I'm really enjoying Starfield so far. It's been, I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised. Am I upscaling? Yeah, I do FSR. And honestly, if I looked at like low to ultra texture comparisons, and I can't tell the difference. The game doesn't look great visually. The art style I really like, but visually it's not a game that I feel like I'm missing out if I'm not playing it ultra. You basically do need a very expensive PC to play it. Then share my enjoyment with the fans. That's the thing. I feel like that I could do an unlisted stream of that. Do I generally like Bethesda games? I've never finished a Bethesda game. Last Bethesda game I played consistently was Elder Scrolls 5 in 2011. I quit Fallout 4 after 2 hours. Every time I booted up a Bethesda game in the last decade, I quit after about 20 minutes because it crashes. If you're on the Steam Deck Arctic, I wouldn't recommend it. You might as well cloud stream it. I don't even know if it can run on the Steam Deck. This is the game is pretty demanding, and there's a reason for it. It's not just that it's not like it's poorly optimized. It's just it's so CPU heavy, I think. You know. Game Pass, it should have cloud streaming when it releases. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just hoping. Elder Scrolls 5. What did I call it? Did I call it Elder Scrolls 5 or Skyrim? You have to use a controller for cloud streaming. Oof, that's sad. ES5, yeah. I played Oblivion. I like Oblivion, and I really want to play Morrowind again. I played a little bit of Arena, but it's really hard on my... I have to use my laptop because my keyboard doesn't have enough keys. And Daggerfall's kind of scary. Elden Ring versus Starfield, I actually would pick Starfield. I'd actually pick Starfield, and I know that sounds crazy. It's something... It's not going to be for everybody. But... You know, and you can't expect... I would not describe it as a game that feels like it's pushing the boundaries in terms of like an Elden Ring, where it's like, this is the new standard for open world games. It feels like it takes so many parts of older open world games and newer ones. Cyber, thank you. But... yeah, it's because there's so many people talking about like the procedural generation. There's so many people talking about the visuals, the bugs, the graphics, all this other stuff. It's like that's not really the point, and it's hard to explain without playing it because it's just the scale of it, the sheer scale of it is so big. PP Mega Doodoo, I did a video on it on Whimsu. That was my last video. PP Mega Doodoo, you should definitely watch the last Whimsu video before you make that purchase. Ooh. Look, I thought it'd be cool too. What am I working on? 2D Pokemon is better than 3D. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the PSP and Vita were great. This isn't saying that. This is sadly not that. In game development, you have a sliding scale of polish and scale. Do you agree? I think to some, yes, I do. And Bethesda actually acknowledged this in their when they're talking about this game isn't designed to be about polish. It is designed to be about scale. But it finds the right balance where it's not completely procedurally generated. Most of what you do, almost everything of what you do seems to be handcrafted. But if you want that extra step, you know, if you want the exploration, the procedural generation, it's there. The bugs are, as many people have said, it's the least buggy Bethesda game. In fact, it's probably one of the least buggy AAA games I've played in the past 5 years, which is surprising. I've had only one not major glitch, but I had one like a very clear graphical issue in a cutscene, but it wasn't that severe. Vita was on the brink of greatness. Pokemon, the Sony handheld is the greatest thing to have since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I feel so bad that I quit that. That's the one reason I don't want to do a Starfield video. I should mention this. Every time I do a video on a video game, I quit playing that game. Every single time. And I don't know why that is. I think it's because the act of recording footage, of really getting all my thoughts out there, just feels like some sense of finality to the game, except for Fortnite, of course. But I didn't review Fortnite, and I've kind of quit Fortnite more recently, but With Starfield, it's like all I could talk about is what I was planning for this video was it was going to be about the perception of the hype train, in expectations. So like for Starfield, the expectations I think people have for some of these games are not achievable. So like people want certain scales. They want like, oh, well, this game can do this. You know, on this game, you can go from space onto the planet. Therefore, you should be able to do that in Starfield. But it's like, on a technical level, it just doesn't work that way because of different things, you know. Uninteresting things, likely, CPU things and stuff like that. But explaining why we shouldn't ever expect a game will be everything. Like Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk launched, I think there was actual genuine concerns looking back, issues of the fact that game could be 100% in about 70 hours. Was it expected to be another No Man's Sky? I think people were expecting a No Man's Sky or Star Citizen. And in a way, it actually is much of that. And it does live up to that from what I've played. But most of the joy I've gotten from the game is by doing the, you know, RPG stuff. Yeah, we don't have the technology to do what a lot of people think games should be. Like every time it seems like people expect a game will be a living world, a living city. It's like, unless you're using AI to build your entire game, you know, like complete, not just procedural generation, but like everything from the dialogue to all that is done. And even then you'd still have severe issues, you know. In AI you still would have, for writing, it would be terrible. Visuals, still maybe 5 years, you know. Yeah, like you would need, you'd still need 5 years before you could have like AI can do it right now, and NVIDIA has shown it with like animations. You can have AI driven animations that could do a lot of this stuff, but and then most of it's procedural generation. And again, we have this confusion with AI as well, where AI, like, we would have called procedural generation AI 5 years ago, you know. It's weird. It's just kind of a world. I don't think we would need a quantum computer. I think we would just need a large language model, a little bit more significant than we have today. You want more games like Armored Core 6? Yeah, it's simple and understands it's a game, had a short development time and got the job done. Some games have too many systems, that's why indie games are so good. I think there's a time and place for any kind of game. I'm fine with big, broad games that appeal to a large demographic. I'm fine with limited games. My philosophy is, if you don't like a game, that's fine. You know, if you like a game, don't like a game, that's fine. I don't think there needs to be any ego. Like, I've seen people getting ego boosts over whether, you know, people played Baldur's Gate 3 or Diablo 4. It's like, I'm sorry, if you're getting an ego boost over the kind of media you enjoy, you need a few things. You need something more in life, you know. I don't think you could ever do a living world without AI. It would be almost impossible to get the manpower to do it. Yeah, it would be. It would be absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. And I know Unreal Engine has, you know, a lot of possibilities to do that kind of stuff, but when people think about, like, I've had conversations with friends where they're like, well, why can't you have a game where, you know, you have this decision leads to this, and this decision leads to that, and you can do whatever you want. And I have to explain to them, it's an exponential tree that they're describing, where even just like in a text-based adventure, if you give somebody 3 options, and then after that they have 3 options and 3 options, within, like, you know, just 10, 15, 20 options, you're up to thousands of pieces of code. You know? You're up to such a degree of exponential growth. That's why this stuff can't happen. And sometimes you just got to take what you can get. And I think small scale works, big scale works, but you have to create... It's more about the convincing illusion of a world that I appreciate. I very much appreciated Cyberpunk's illusion of a world, as limited as it was. But again, once that 70 hours is up, once you've done everything there is to be done, then the illusion's broken. Gamers and their lack of understanding of game development has been detrimental to society. I think that's for pretty much every large-scale medium. Games take like 5 years, you know? Games take 5 years now to make, and they take so many people. And I always recommend, before somebody complains online about a video game, just download Unreal Engine and try to make something. Just try to make anything and get the project running just to see what it's like. And I know I've always heard this argument like, well, you wouldn't complain, if you're not a chef, you wouldn't complain that the food's bad. I've heard that before. Like these people shouldn't be experts at their job. But it's like, no, because some things are harder than other things, and this is something that's hard. I don't think having more workers joining the industry would even help. It's really more of, it is scale. It's gamers' expectations get so big, and you push one. So if you push one, I know there's this big thing about Baldur's Gate 3 pushing certain features and developers getting angry, and I know that was a big controversy. But even the most garbage games like Forspoken took years to make, and is more than 99% of gamers could ever make. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, is like, everybody playing, complaining about that game, it's not like most of them couldn't edit together the trailer, let alone model the character or have the programming of the physics or the if-then statements just to get the magic, to get the UI running, Game developers should be paid more to make smaller games. Well, that's the problem, is fiduciary responsibility for growth for investors. You can do that if you're a privately owned company, but not public. Whenever your friends say, why can't you make this game with endless life choices, just load up MS-DOS Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I mean, so many games take like 3,000 people now. And it gets easier with Unreal Engine, with tools that are so powerful to limit some of those things. But it's like, it's a lot of work. It's all a lot of work. Something as small as like a bug, one bug can change so much. There's so many things that can go wrong. And when you're doing something, people see the final product. And these developers, it's never that they're lazy. I imagine that must be the worst thing for so many developers, because they always hear, these developers are just lazy. It's like they probably just worked 18 hours a day for the last year getting this project done. They don't get to decide. For some reason, there's this perception that a single developer, if they worked on the team, they have the ability to just use their brain to instantly warp the project into whatever it should be that the gamer desires. It's so weird. It's getting too big and it will collapse in on itself. Yeah, I mean, just like Hollywood. There's a point at which that growth is unsustainable, and the scale of the project it's no longer a safe bet. A point I always like to bring up now is the origin of the word AAA game that we hear so much. AAA game that refers to as usually big budget game. That's not actually what AAA means. AAA game came from just, like investments. It's the safest investment is a AAA investment. That's what it meant. The safest bet, which is not true anymore. So the word AAA doesn't even make sense. 99% of the problems in game development come from incompetent management. Imagine working at 343, taking a year to learn a new engine, working 50 hours a week, and getting called lazy. Exactly. It's like saying, oh man, 343 is so stupid. They're so lazy. I don't want them working on my games. It's because somebody who didn't know video games at the top made a decision to try to save money and save face, hurting everybody at the bottom. Quadruple A. I think GTA 6 would be quadruple A. I'd say Starfield was quadruple A. I'm getting that vibe from it. If you want to talk in terms of budget, where it's like a game that took 10 years. But again, Hollywood, we don't even have those terms. We have blockbuster, And it's like, what is a quad A? What is a triple A? technically everything would be quad A today compared to what it was 10 years ago. So many A's, you're just screaming. Hi, Kitty Cat. What time is it? 10:40? Oh, shit. Wow, this is late. Well, guys, I didn't intend to stream for 2 hours, but I intend to stream for 15 minutes. But I'm glad you could join me. I'm going to go play Starfield here in a bit. I won't be streaming it. I'm too tired. I just want to take a break tonight. Thank you for helping me with this decision, though. I think this should help a lot. I'm going to just make this video unlisted, not members only when we're done. Okay. Awesome. See you guys.